All right, happening now, firefighters are camping out in the Sandias, trying to build a fire line around the Piedra fire. They're basically fighting fire with fire.
Yeah, and as of last night, this fire was at least 50 acres, and unfortunately, it is slowly growing. Sky News 13 had a bird's eye view of the fire all day. It's in the northern part of the Sandias. This is the same fire we first told you about as breaking news yesterday morning. Firefighters tell us the fire is moving slowly, burning a lot of grass, underbrush, and dead trees. The wind is not helping them. At least yesterday it wasn't, blowing around embers. Those are actually starting smaller fires just to add on to their problems. Firefighters are on the ground, including some military veterans. They have the very tough job of building trenches by hand in the rugged mountains. Meanwhile, a plane and helicopters are taking on the fire from the air. As you can see, the fire is creating quite a bit of smoke as a result. The city has issued a health alert that goes until 10 o'clock this morning. So if you have breathing problems, you should stay inside and keep your doors and windows shut. Now, and firefighters, now they're also looking for what could be a firebug to add to their problems. Investigators say 3 small fires started about 6:30 last night near Forest Road 333. It's here on the way to the La Luz Trail. Our photographer found one of those fires still smoldering here in the brush. The crews fighting the Piedra fire used their plane and helicopters to get these brush fires out quickly. And now investigators want to know who started these fires, how did they do it, and why they did it.
In some other overnight news, Albuquerque police traffic investigators are looking into a motorcycle crash from last night. They say the motorcycle was traveling northbound on Coors just north of Gonzales when they say the rider left the roadway for some reason and drove into the median. That's where the motorcycle flipped and the driver was actually thrown off. He was transported to the hospital where he died of his injuries. APD says it is not known whether alcohol was involved, but they say speed does appear to be a factor. The rider's name is being withheld until the family is notified. Well, if you are in the market for a job, we have some great news for you.
The new Albuquerque Downs Casino and Racetrack is hiring, get this, up to 400 people in the big job fair that starts on Monday. News 13's David Romero is live in front of the Old Downs on the state fairgrounds. So David, what kind of jobs are we talking about here?
Matt, there are a whole slew of positions that will be available when they finally move from this old facility here to the new one being built on the southeast side of the fairgrounds. And of course, primarily starting off with, they want to hire people from around the neighborhoods near the fairgrounds. And of course, starting Monday, those people living near the fairgrounds will get the first crack at the jobs at the new Albuquerque Downs Casino. Then on Tuesday, the job fair will be open to the general public. These jobs range from everything, including food and beverage service, servers, cashiers, cooks, and chefs. The Downs Casino is expanding, bringing the new jobs now and possibly even more in the future.
We think we're going to be very busy and we're excited about it. And so, yeah, we're hoping to be hiring even more team members after that. So, but we're always, the way our business is there's almost always seasonal positions available with the live race and the simulcast and then now the new big casino.
And of course, right off the bat, as I mentioned, the Downs is going to be hiring people primarily in neighborhoods living around the fairgrounds. To start off with, that's on Monday. And if you want to find out if you live in one of those zip codes, you can check that out later this morning. When you see this story posted at KRQE.com, look under the KRQE Mornings tab. And of course, when you want to come to the job fair on Monday and Tuesday, both days, it will take place from 9 to 5 at the first floor VIP lounge here at the Old Downs Casino building, which is behind me. Matt, back to you.
All right, thank you, David. 400 jobs, that's a lot of them. Some good news there. New casino is set to open sometime in June. Elizabeth?
A proposal by the Pentagon to move a unit at Kirtland Air Force Base could cost the base 100 jobs. The title is a mouthful. It's called the Operationally Responsive Space Office. It basically develops small, cheap military satellites. Well, the Pentagon wants to combine it into the Air Force Space and Missile Systems Center in Los Angeles. Congress blocked a similar proposal last year. Senator Tom Udall says he will fight it again.
It is another huge break from a judge for a star wrestler who was caught his first big break when a judge overturned his suspension and allowed him to compete in the state tournament. The charge is against Nick Chavez, where he's accused of basically mugging a smaller student in the Rio Grande High cafeteria for 15 bucks back in February. Will probably get dropped. Yesterday, a judge told Chavez if he can be good for 3 months, the battery and larceny charges against him will simply disappear. Chavez claims the whole thing was just horseplay, but the other boy's statement tells a completely different story.
It wasn't horseplay. Horseplay is when both people participated. This was Nick simply taking my money and hitting me and throwing my food on the floor. I got phone calls and tweets from people I thought were my friends telling me I should lie about what happened so Nick would be allowed to wrestle in the state tournament.
I'm sorry that we haven't been friends through this.
All right, APS suspended Chavez. His family got a judge to give him an emergency hearing and overturn that suspension. APS is fighting that so that every student who is suspended doesn't try to put off the suspension to be able to play in the next big game or meet.
An Albuquerque police sergeant did nothing wrong when he shot a suspected drug dealer. That is according to the DA's office. Officials say Dominic Morris Solis got into an undercover detective's car outside of a West Side restaurant to make a heroin sale last August. As other officers moved in to arrest him, they say Morris Solis pointed a gun at them. Well, the suspect struggled apparently with an undercover detective, and when one of the approaching officers, Sgt Jason Peck, approached, he shot Morris Solis in the chest. Now, he survived and was later released from jail. Since then, he has disappeared and is now a fugitive. Santa Fe Mayor David Koss has decided not to run for a third term. Koss says he wants to spend more time with his family and wife and looks forward to traveling. He does say that he takes pride in his accomplishments during his time as mayor. They include implementing Santa Fe's living wage, working to restore the Santa Fe River, and saving the College of Santa Fe campus. He also recently sponsored a city resolution declaring gay marriage as being legal in New Mexico.